Hello everyone, my name is Nick Sparrow. I'm a member of the OWASA Ward and I wanted to take just a few minutes to explain a method that you can use to easily find ordinances that need to be done that you can take to the temple with you to do some work for your ancestors. So first thing you're going to do is go up here to familysearch.org and you're going to log in. Now you should be signing in with your churchofjesuschrist.org account. If you don't have one, and you're a member of the church, you should go there and create that account, and then you can come here and sign in. Or you can create an account, like if you're not a member, you can create an account. Even if you are a member, you can create an account, but I would recommend doing so in the churchofjesuschrist.org first before coming here if you don't already have one there. I'm going to go ahead and sign in with my churchofjesuschrist.org account. And when you get signed in, at the top here, you'll see temple. Now, before I go there, I just want to point out that if you are a youth, um, and you're watching this video and you don't have an account, have your parents help you get an account, because I think you can get one when you're 11 now, or when the year that you turn 12. And so if you don't have one, have your parents help you set one up, and then you can do this on your account and find some people in your family tree, some ancestors that need their baptisms and confirmations done. And if you're a parent and you have kids who don't have accounts, then I would recommend helping them get an account and letting them do this as well. So I'm going to go ahead and click on Temple here, and you're going to want to go down to Ordinances Ready. And you'll come to this page that shows the different categories of ordinances. Now, if you're a youth, you're going to want to click on the baptisms and confirmations. If you're a parent and you have youth, let them click on the baptism and confirmation from within their account. I'm going to go ahead and click on endowment because I've already found the one person that is in my line here. And it does this automatically. I didn't have to do anything but click that button. Now you can see that I've already previously printed this, but if you hadn't, then you could reserve it and print it. But I came here because I want to show you what the printing process looks like. I'll show you the finding process before printing here in a moment. So I'm going to click on Take to the Temple and continue, and then it's going to bring up a PDF that you can print out. So you can just click on print here, and if there was more than one, like if you had 3 for instance, or 10, there'd be 3 per page here, and you'll click print and print them out. Since I've already printed this, I'm not going to do this, so I'm just going to close this window here real quick. All right, so now it's taking me to my reservations page, because it assumes after you printed it that you want to come here and just kind of review your reservations. You can see, and I could click here as well, that I've reserved 5. That's what this number is here. I have 5 ancestors work reserved. One of them's an endowment, so you can see that B is for baptism, C is for confirmation, I initiatory, and E is endowment. And you also see an S for sealing, but I don't have any of those right here. So you can see I've printed these. This is the endowment, and then I've got 4 ancestors who are needing baptism and confirmation. Another thing I wanted to point out in this reservation section is that the reservation does expire. They don't want people reserving ancestors' work and then stuff comes up in life, and if you don't get to it, then it just can maybe sit there for a year or two, and when somebody else in your family could be doing that work. So they don't want it tied up too long. So it's kind of good. It kind of gives you that deadline to try to get to the temple and get that work done. All right, so I'm going to go back to Ordinances Ready, and I'm going to click on Sealing to Parents. This is a group that I have not reserved yet. So you can see there's 10 in my family tree, and then it's going to go through and find them. All right, so now you can see that it's pulled up all 10 of those ancestors of mine. And at the bottom, you'll see Take to the Temple. And when I click on this, it'll go through that same printing process. But if you haven't already printed them, then it's going to not only have you print them, but it will reserve them, and then you'll see them added up here. So I'm going to go ahead and click on Learn About. There's this Learn About option that's on each ancestor here, and so I'm going to click here. Actually, I'm going to click on Well, I'm going to click on Harry. And you'll see it creates a new tab. And what's nice about that is that you can go back to the tab you came from, and you can click through each one of these and pull them up. I also wanted to pull up I'm not going to pull them all up for the purposes of time here, but I did want to show you a few of them. And there's one more. Yeah, James right here. Okay, so this first one here, James Clark Curry. I pulled him up because he died the year I was born, so that was just interesting to me. And you can look through here and you can see when they were born, when they died, where they lived, and their family, like his wife and kids, as well as his parents and his siblings. Another thing that's kind of fun to look at is the relationship here. So you can see from me, it goes through my dad, through my grandma and great grandpa, up to here where my great 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 great, however many greats it is, John Blowers Page, his sibling, Martha Major, it's down through her line, and then over here to James Clark. At the top, you'll see the husband of my third cousin 3 times removed. So that's the actual relationship. So that's kind of fun. So I'm going to go ahead and close that. And I'm going to go over here to Samuel Burns. I came over here because I wanted to show you he has a memory. And so when I come in here, looks like a headstone. And it's kind of fun because you can see who he was married to, although that shows up on the other page. But you can see that he was just a little bit older than her, and that she died before he did. And sometimes you'll even be able to see where this headstone is. In this case, it's not showing that. However, when I go back, there's this sources, and if I was to look through those sources, I might be able to figure out where that headstone is, so that if I was ever visiting that area, I could go and stop by and say hi. And then I pulled up one more Harry Hart here, and I'd look through and do the same things, look at my relationship, and kind of look through. You can also, click through their spouse and their parents and kind of look at them as well. Oh, one more thing I wanted to show you is with Samuel, there's a lot more information on where he lives. So you can see all these different places that he lived, which is kind of fun. And see that he was mostly in Crawford County for about 40 years, and then he was in Keene for another 30 or so. Anyway, so you can pull up all of your ancestors that way, look at all of them, and that way they become more than just a name. They're ancestor, and you know a little bit about them. All right, so that's about it. That's all there is to it. And I highly recommend you use this option. It's an easy way to find your ancestors. And I'll leave you with that. Thanks.